Welcome back to more New England witch trials that were not as popular as Salem. So this time we're talking about Eunice Cole. Now, Eunice Goody Cole is unfortunately a darker, more tragic figure. Not because she was different in kind so much to the other, but it's because she was unable to fight back. She was less supported and lived under harsher prejudices. There's something to be said for people who consider themselves more affluent and powerful, picking on those who can't defend themselves, because in the spirit of witchcraft, if it was me, their whole bloodline should be ruined, would be ruined. I'm just saying. But anyway, Eunice was born in England around 1590, and she and her husband William were indentured servants before coming to New England. They first settled in Massachusetts, then Exeter, and finally Hampton, New Hampshire. Now, her husband died in 1662, leaving Eunice in a precarious place. She was old, alone, and had very little resources. And over a span of roughly 25 years, she was formally accused of witchcraft on 3 separate times, 1656, 1673, and 1680. And each time the legal record shows that grounds for vehement suspicion, meaning people strongly believe she consorted with the devil or harmed livestock or caused bad luck. But each time the court found the evidence lacking a full conviction. But they kept going with it. Between the accusations, Eunice lived in severe hardship. She was imprisoned multiple times, whipped for cursing a neighbor, and at one stretch essentially became the town's burden. After her husband's death, when no one would support her, Hampton erected a hut for her near the common, and townspeople were supposed to supply her food and fuel, but this was not always done properly because people are assholes. Now, some of these stories are probably exaggerated. It's her being accused of shape-shifting, of causing men to drown, killing calves, or scratching noises at the window and harming children. And in 1673, the court verdict was not guilty but made public its vehement suspicion. In 1680, she was again held in prison for suspicion. Shortly after her release, she died in poverty, though. Her burial was hurried and unmarked, and a local legend says that even a stake and a horseshoe were driven into a place and placed near her body to ward off her supposed evil, though these were more oral records than legal. But in 1938, long after her death, Hampton held a symbolic exoneration. The town restored her citizenship, cleared her name publicly as if to say, sorry, we were wrong. But what should have happened also is that those people who accused her, those families should have been drugged publicly. I don't care if the living had nothing to do with it then. They were still part of it. They still carry that nasty bloodline. And I'm sorry, this is actually one of the more disturbing stories that I have read, and it just pisses me off because they were picking on this poor old woman and she couldn't defend herself despite not being guilty. Vehement suspicion or whatever they want to call it. But I have some more cases that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.